looks like we're live on both. Yay! So it's lunch with Sam today. You guys have me. And Taylor. Taylor is with me here. So this will be fun. It's her first time being witnessing a live that's a lunch. Usually she's back in the day. She would come for Sunday live.
Yeah.
That we now
When
do
we
on
used to go to
Fridays.
breakfast.
Yeah, when we used to go to breakfast.
It's fine.
It's fine. Today I am going to be working with the 49 in Market, and of course I don't have any of the packaging that I opened. The 49 in Market little celebrations. I went ahead and grabbed the words. Oh, it's because I cut up this one. Because this was haha. So the this is what I have left. That's what I have left. So I opened up the laser cut elements, the words, and I grabbed a couple sheets of paper. And I'm kind of going to show you guys how to build a collage, kind of go from there. And this is, I have nothing planned. The only thing I have is my card fronts planned out. So this is literally building from the start. I haven't really gone through that. I just punched them out. Go ahead and there's a little comment box on the bottom there. If you click on that, it'll tell us if anybody's commenting on the bottom row.
Wait.
Yeah. That.
Okay.
So
Okay.
training Taylor on how to use the yellow box. So maybe one day she'd be able to do this.
Okay.
So I went ahead and pre-cut all the laser cuts, and these things are so intricate. Like this was a leaf that broke, but they're like, it's hanging on for dear life here. This is a little tiny, but that's all right. We can glue them back together. This is so delicate. I'm surprised I didn't lose any light bulbs on that one. Yet. So, yeah. So we have those to work with. This is the back of the packaging. They do give you some extra like bits and pieces to fussy cut or layer with. So I have those on hand in case I need an extra layer. And well, let's get started. The ones all the ones I have pulled in this bag still were really ones that I didn't think were good enough for cards. I think they're more of layout-ish sentiments, like from this moment, or I was kind of going more of a birthday card feel, so it might be one that's a little more wedding-ish I left behind in there, just because it's Ryan's birthday today, so
Wow.
we're doing birthday cards. So let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my background here and start building. So I did add a doily in there because I knew I was going to want to glue that down. So I did add a doily in there. And I can go ahead and just take some, I might need to spread this out on here though. Balloons. Let's see. There's fun pennants. There's a feather. They have a lot of those little light bulb.
What?
The little light bulb strand things. Presents. One of my light bulbs broke off, so I'd have to figure out where that went later. There's hot air balloons. There's birthday cake. Presents. I fussy cut this cake out of the backer of the laser cuts. More light bulbs, balloons, flowers, bows. These we'll put in a little pile. By little pile, I mean pile of little things, not a little pile. Taylor's over here laughing at me. So let's see. I got some really pretty flowers going on here too.
I like that bird.
Thank you.
That bird's cute.
There's more. He's
They
flying.
just look fat. Like, they're just cute.
These are flowers, leaves. Well, I probably should have had a lot of this sorted before, but it took a long time to punch it all out. Ooh, that's pretty. That might be my start. Oh, that's cute. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to help you.
Oh, there we go. So I know I'm just kind of picking up pieces and auditioning them, I think is what Natalie would say. This is a little banner that I cut from the laser cut sheet, the backside of the title. Oh, that's a cute cupcake. Taylor wants me to use this cupcake.
It's cute.
It might have to go on the next card, though.
Fine. Did I tell you about the moth that was in my room?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. That was really scary. These moths remind me of it. Or these butterflies. I don't know what they are.
You're funny. So I'm just kind of auditioning things, kind of seeing what speaks to me. Let's maybe put some balloons in here. So I'm like, it's really kind of hard to explain how I start building the collages, because I'll just kind of pick the elements that I want to pair together, and I'll build from there. With the cake and flowers. And then I'll grab a sentiment piece that I want to use. Maybe, I think it needs to be more of like a...
I like this bow.
Oh, Taylor says the bow.
I like that one. I don't know, it's just cute.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Today's your day? No. Let there be cake? Celebrate? Nah.
There's another one. Where do I put it?
Oh, I've been putting it in the little pile.
Oh, okay. This butterfly doesn't go here.
There's birthday. I love the sentiment set because it comes with so many pieces to work with. I think I want to go with one of these bar ones. Hip hip hooray. Time for cake.
Cake.
Time for cake?
Ooh, I really want cake right now. That sounds really good. These birthday candles are cute.
So you can kind of see I have this all auditioned on here, kind of how I want it to be. So now I can go and add my adhesive and we'll see how it changes. So usually I'll just kind of wipe it off to the side so I kind of have a, form of kind of what I want it to look like, so I can kind of go from there. And I'll start with flat glue for my pieces that'll be tucked behind, so like my balloon will be flat on the bottom.
Are you going to give this to Ryan?
Maybe next year.
Oh, okay.
It's got to sit in the store for a little bit. So then I will go in with some foam squares, which should be pretty handy over here.
Yeah, that box and then that box is right there.
Perfect. So I did intentionally try to grab thin foam squares, which I don't think I did. Here's some. Here's some. Found some. So I like to do a mix of the thin and thicker foam squares, just because it adds a little more dimension to your layers. So I like to typically start with the thin squares and then I'll go up to the thicker squares.
Present.
Taylor's over here sorting everything for me. Being helpful. So I don't know that there's an exact science to collage building. Other than just kind of add layers until you're happy with it. So I'll just keep adding layers. All right. Looking cute. So with these little pieces on how they're so delicate, I can't really put foam squares there because the foam squares are bigger than the pieces. So
that won't work.
It won't work. So I'll just I'll take a little bit of glue and add it to them. They'll bend down a little bit to adhere to it, but at least they'll be stable. I probably could have put one on there. But that way they're not flopping around everywhere. And so I'll just press these down. And you kind of see how it goes. It's really puffed up on the, let's see if I can, it's really puffed up here, but over here it's flat, which is fine. I don't want those coming apart anyways. And then I'm going to add, let's see. Ooh, do we have any more of these little flowers?
Which ones?
I think I found one. So my favorite thing to do is find pieces that are like similar enough to them just to add a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to go ahead and add foam squares to the back of this flower. And it's kind of like a faux decoupaging where I'm layering like pieces on top of each other with foam squares. But obviously this flower is not the same flower as this one. They're similar, but they're not the same. And so I'll just lay it on top. And how I've got more dimension. But it looks like it's supposed to be there. And then I'll take my bow here. And my bow, of course, will have foam tape also. Because, you know, I love my layers. And I'll go ahead and just tuck it. Put it under that layer. All right, so looking at it, I'm going to need another layer of foam squares behind that bow. So it's fine. I'll just take it off and I'll layer another layer of foam squares. So your main objective here is to make sure everything lays flat without bowing or getting in the way of other pieces. So there's that. And then I can say it's time for cake. In that one...
Maybe I should tell my mom to get cake at the store.
That one, I'm going to watch where I put my foam squares because this edge is going to sit on top of this flower. And so I don't need extra foam squares right there. I only need it on this half. So to kind of plan that out, I'll lay it where I want it to go. And I'll put my finger where I want to put foam squares until. And so you see I got my 3 foam squares on there. So I can peel that up. But on this side, because I do want it to be attached to this, I'll just add a little dab of glue. I'll put this on. And it's time for cake. And there we go. I got one card done.
Cute.
So this is sized to go on an A2 card. I don't have any card bases handy. Yeah, I don't see. I'd want to put it maybe on a craft card base to tie in that craft. I don't have any handy, so I'm going to have to do that later. But there's my first little collage, kind of start to finish. So now I'll go on to my next card I have. So I have been obsessed with using this cardboard that we get from Uniquely Creative and putting it on cards as like a base layer or as some more texture. And what I do to get the cardboard to look like this is I'll just take a like pokey tool and I'll start ripping it out. So I can kind of pull. I went a little deep on that one, but that's okay. So I just pull and work on peeling the cardboard up. And it does take a minute because it's grungy and you want it to kind of look pried up like that. That's exactly how you want it to look. So I pre-did that for the rest of it so I didn't have to fight with it all on camera. I have foam squares everywhere. Don't mind me. So then I have a base here that I can start building my layers on. Maybe there's 3 hot air balloons that came in here. Maybe I want to do this. Again, I'm auditioning to kind of figure out where I want things to go. No?
I don't like that.
All right. We won't do hot air balloons then.
No, they're cute, but I didn't like the way they were like that.
Should I do like just one and then do flowers maybe? I love flowers and this one has so many pretty flowers in it. Oh, I like the way that flower looks. Might do that faux flower layering again. Maybe do 2 of them. Or 3 of them. Maybe I should do a cake instead and do this whole cake theme. I don't know. Just keep messing with it. It's the object of the you just kind of mess with it until you get a look you like. It's kind of the same look I did last time on a different card format. So maybe go with more balloons? No, too many balloons.
I like the hot air balloon.
You like the hot air balloon?
Yeah. It's under those cakes.
Oh, like I lost it. Well, hot air balloon with the flowers and
banner. Or the
banner?
lights. I don't know.
So the banner's just so delicate.
It was just the first thing I saw.
I'll just rip it there. So I think the banner would go behind than this.
How are you supposed to put the banner on?
Probably flat with glue. Just that hot air balloon's floating away a little bit. Anything little here that I can...
Butterflies. I don't know. Another bow. There's just like
Oh,
bows
maybe
and
I need a
butterflies here.
word. Today's your day?
There's a heart.
Oh, the heart would be cute.
There's another heart over there. It's like pink. No, there's this one right here.
I don't know what sentiment. What sentiment should we do?
Hip hip hooray.
Make a wish?
I said hip hip hooray.
Oh, that's fun. What do we think? Do we like it? Should we take the banners out and do the hearts instead?
I feel like there's not enough going on.
Not enough going on? I can't pick anything up.
Or there's stars. The stars are
Oh,
cute.
the stars are cute.
There's a yellow star too. I have to sneeze. Oh my gosh. I've had really bad allergies lately.
There's one for you. All right. I think I like this, so I'm going to glue it down and see how it does turn out.
Okay.
You know, I like to move things or add things. So let's start with this layer. Because this cardboard is on here, and it's a little bit thicker than if it would be a flat paper, I'm going to go ahead and use the thin foam squares on the parts that aren't the parts that are going to be on the bottom layer here. So again, I'll just hold this up here and I can kind of, with my fingers, figure out where it's going to be on the lower paper, not on the cardboard. There's another one over here. So I can peel those up and then I can add a little bit of glue to the rest. And I can glue this down. So now that is laying flat. I can go ahead and start building the rest. So I like to use thicker foam squares because, as Natalie says, Sam likes fat cards. I do. I love my foam. And these, I'm just kind of placing them over the flowers that are already there, and I'm using that as a guide as to where I want my layers to be. And I have this last little layer here. Now I got a cute little bouquet going on in that corner. If you wanted to do more of a wedding card, you could easily add like the happy or celebrate or special. I can't pick any of these up.
It's really long.
Yeah, that one is really, oh, it's celebrations. Congratulations is really long too. So you could go this way and put that on there. The celebrate would work. So it kind of, I like this line because it is celebration. So it's not necessarily all birthday and it's not necessarily all wedding. So it's great. It's a great line. But we're going to go ahead and add on the hot air balloon, which again, I'll use the foam squares for those because you know, I love my layers. should get bigger ones. I have bigger ones right here. Maybe.
In the blue box. They're in the blue box. That's a white
those
box.
Are thin. Taylor's in the process of moving some things around in here, so. The bigger squares. Yay. I can peel these up. Let's put it there. Okay, and then the hip hip hooray, I kind of want to go right here. So in order to do that, I am going to need, what am I going to need to do? Trying to figure out how it's going to sit flat. Okay, so if I do actually do 2 foam squares on this end, stacked on top of each other, and I should be able to glue the rest flat. And that should sit flat. You can kind of see there. It's really hard to see, but it does sit flat. And I'll go in and I'll add my stars. And I think that's good for that card. Here's my second one. Hip hip hooray. It's nice and layered. Now I got one more. So this is one that I took the cardboard and I just ripped a strip off and put it on there to match my 3x4 layer here. And then I can take, let's do balloons maybe? Let's do this big bunch of balloons here. I got a lot of flowers going on in the background already, so let's try to stay away from flowers this time.
It's a lot of balloons.
That's a lot of balloons. I love it.
I think you need cake.
Yeah, I definitely need cake. Let's do this big cake from
or all of
that
them.
I fussy cut. So I didn't fussy cut it for worse. For nothing. Big present?
Yeah, because we have big everything.
Big everything. Everything big. Well, let's see if I can get a happy birthday on there.
Big happy birthday.
Is there another happy?
Right there. Oh, there's anniversary.
There is anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
This happy birthday takes up a lot of space.
Perfect. That's just what we want.
It's just everything big.
Everything.
I didn't use that cupcake you liked.
I like all the cupcakes. I told my mom to get cake mix. I think I want to make cake pops.
I want one.
I don't know. I'm joking.
All right. Maybe I should start with my sentiment and then build around it. Because that sentiment's big. Do happy birthday. Kind of nest it. Wow, it really just fits on this card. Happy birthday. And the cake underneath it. Maybe we'll go a little bit smaller with the balloons.
No.
Yes.
Big. It's okay.
There we go. They're floating there.
Cute.
Happy birthday. Let's do...
We should go to the bottom corner. Behind the birthday.
I guess the object of collaging is making sure everything touches. What else do I put on here?
Hearts, cupcake. Lights, banner. Bird. I think the banner would be cute somewhere, but I don't know where it would go. Where it would go. Yeah, you can deal with that. Should go like, yeah. Like in that corner.
You guys are getting insight as to how my collage building really goes, because I had no plan. I just knew what products I was using.
I think that looks good.
I mean, ideally I would like to grab maybe their enamel dots that went with this line. That would probably be a better option. I guess they're small hearts.
What color is that? Pink?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a blue one. If you can pick it up. I can't pick it up.
I don't know where to put it. Here?
Yeah.
Cute. All right, now I have to glue it together and we'll see how it changes.
Okay.
So, if anybody didn't know that, that's how I do my collage building. So that one's obviously going to be flat because it's very delicate and I'm not going to work on putting that up. So, and then we have the presents in the corner on the bottom right. That one is going to be...
Is that me up there?
Probably. So, Taylor's not very good at keeping conversation.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's the first time.
I don't know what to talk about.
I forgot.
I can talk to you about volleyball. Weird.
So Taylor plays volleyball. She just started officially working in the store last Saturday, was it?
Yeah, the 17th.
The 17th? Oh,
no.
Saturday before.
I think it was the.
It was the Art
Friday,
Adventure
the
Day.
16th.
Oh yeah, you
Friday's
did work the
when
day
I
before.
Did, like training her, I think.
So if you see her in the store, tell her hi. She is my niece, Chris's granddaughter. Basically grew up here. I think the store opened when she was a baby.
After I was born.
Yeah. She was 1 month old when the store opened. It's kind of how we keep track of how old the store is.
Great, thanks.
Well, how old is Taylor?
What?
So, fun fact. Look at how cute that birthday is. It's so cute. I forgot to put the cake down, didn't I?
I wish I could write like that.
Right? I forgot to put the cake down, so we're going to peel this back up.
Oh no. It's not like
peel that up
layered
too.
enough.
It's not.
It needs to pop more.
Yep. Taylor knows me.
Thank you. Thank you. It just like, it gives it more dimension. It looks really good.
That's all right. We rip things up and we fix it.
It's okay. No one will see it.
Yeah. No one will know in the end.
Wait. Did we always have balloons there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We did.
I'm sorry.
It was my pile of... It is very cold in here. Everybody knows that. We always complain about it.
It's freezing.
It's so cold in here. There's a blanket behind you. I'm adding a double foam to this because, again, I want more dimension. I was able to really add dimension to those flowers, and I don't have flowers on this card because I made that a challenge of me to not put flowers on this one.
Wait. Layer the balloons.
Oh, that could be fun.
Yes.
All right, we're adding more balloons.
Who needs the big bunch of balloons when you can just layer them?
Right? Make it look like it's a big bunch of balloons.
Yes.
Cute.
I like that.
Adorable. Let's tuck my strings under here so we don't have to worry about gluing them down. Okay. Now we can add my happy birthday. I might need to add foam tape though.
I think you do.
I had strips here. This is when strips come in handy because they're thin foam that can just run along the letters. Where else is it gonna need to? I'm gonna need double that. This one went into a flat card to a full dimension card. That's way better.
Oh yeah, that looks good. And I don't think you need it. Oh, okay.
I need probably just a little guy here. So I have my foam on there. I'll go ahead and I'll do happy, down, cute, laying flat, birthday. Birthday.
Birthday.
Do I need foam?
I think a little bit.
We going under the happy? Yeah, we're gonna probably do a strip on the bottom there. Just like this.
I like how soft the colors in this line are.
It's so nice, and I just think like it's good for masculine or feminine.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, yeah, they're just like soft colors.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of a game. I can't remember which game it is, but it's like, I think it's like a scary game though, so.
So I probably wouldn't know it.
These types of colors. I cannot remember the game.
And so I'm just going to add my hearts. Kind of where I think they'll go. I'm going to do it on top of the cake. And there we go.
Cute.
we have a very, very layered, very thick birthday card.
It's okay.
So we have 3 cards that we made, and I'm sure there's plenty to make more of supplies. And so there's the Hip Hip Hooray with the hot air balloon. There's our first one with the A Time for Cake. And I almost, with this one, I'm looking at it again, I almost don't want it the A there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do my famous trick that everybody talks about and how I like to cover up words. Because some words I just don't want there. So I'm going to find a little flower or something that will cover up the A. Oh, is there any little flowers?
I don't know. There is one smaller than that. I know there is.
Oh, that one might work. So I'm just going to take this little flower here, and I'm going to cover up the A. So I'll just take a little foam square on there to cover it up. So now it just says Time for Cake. Just like that.
Cute.
So there we are. 3 cards, all done. 3 cards in 42 minutes. It's pretty good. So, Taylor can flip on
We didn't use the lights.
We didn't use the lights. Can use them in the next one.
Okay.
Go to the stack of
this.
Yeah, and then hit our lunch with Sam icon. And now that's what everybody sees. All right. Thank you all for joining us today on this lunch with Sam. It wasn't a super eventful lunch, but I hope you learned something. And we will see you again this week. Probably Saturday, if I were to guess. We're going to push the live to be on 5th Saturday, so that it's less confusing with what's included in the sale, what's not included in the sale. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.